Yo, what is up everyone? It is Deluxe back again with another video. This video is all about update 2 and there's a lot to get into. But before we get into it, I just want to mention, because I haven't said this in a video yet, but in the Discord announcements for the Bloodlines server, I said that if we reached 100k subs on this channel, I'd be giving out 2 free Bloodline rerolls, and the reroll price would go down to 150 Robux for a few days. So yeah, for those of you guys who might not have Robux, or for those of you guys who do but want to get more for less, subscribe. Basically, this is going to be a bit of a long video and there's a lot to get through, but yeah, let's get right into it. So the first new addition is the Sasuke Mangekyou. Now we have 3 in total. So what this one does is you can have the Susanoo avatar, and you can use your M1s get replaced by like the Susanoo's M1s. So that's big AoE, big damage. It's very nice. And it's also accompanied by a grab move where you just send them to like the other side of the map. It's very nice. And it's also a block break. So that's Sasuke's Mangekyou. There's more to it, like other small things, but that's the general gist of it. And then moving on from that, we'll come back to the Mangekyou stuff, but we have the Rinnegan. So this Rinnegan is based on Pain. So the 2 moves are, first there's Almighty Push, another block break, pushes everyone back in the area, does the Wind Ailment, quite OP, and then you have the pull side of it as well. So if you left click and right click on the Awakenings, that's how you can use their abilities. So if you right click, then you'll do a pull, and that can be blocked. But yeah, when you use them together at the right time, it's a very nasty combo. There's other little things with the Rinnegan as well, like when you hold block, you see like some white aura, like the thing that one of the Pains used on Naruto's Rasen Shuriken. You can use that, and whenever you get hit by a jutsu, you'll get the chakra back that was used on that jutsu. So yeah, it's very nice. And also on the Almighty Push, when you jump and you're out of jumps and you use it, right, after you use it, your jumps come back, so you can jump like 4 times in a row in the air. So there's a lot of like little stuff like that with all the things in this update that I'm probably not going to mention because I might forget, but yeah, there's definitely a lot to see. So we also have 2 new bloodlines. I think previously in the game there was about 8, well now there's going to be 10. So yeah, the 2 new bloodlines are Aburame, based on bugs and things like that, and the Otsutsuki. So first off, Otsutsuki is obviously, much more powerful bloodline. Probably wondering what's that got. So the main thing that they have is, when you, like, most people can only use 4 chakra shards and go down 4 trees in the skill tree, but Otsutsuki can actually go down 5. And another additional thing that they have is they have some progression to where they can get like the red weapons, like some of the Otsutsuki and Boruto I think used. And the cool thing about this is that it does additional bleed damage because of the new bleed mechanic that we've added. I'll get into that a bit more later on, or let me just mention it now. Basically, the new bleed mechanic, all weapons, all metallic weapons and skills like lightning and things like that cause blood to be drawn out, they add up your blood counter, and when it reaches max, you'll take like a chunk of damage. So there's different ways to like tackle this. There's a ring that reduces the amount of build up that you get. So a lot of you guys were saying to nerf Tai. I didn't really want to do that, so what I did was I just kind of buffed the weapons by adding this bleed mechanic. And if you're wondering, well, can't people using Tai, can't they just like get a weapon as well? Anyone who has the Taijutsu combat passive, their weapons will deal 30% less damage, so you got to be careful with that. Moving on from that, Suzuki has like other little things as well, and also the way to obtain it, you don't have to reroll. You can reroll to get it. It's like a 1% bloodline, but you can also get it in game. How exactly, who knows? You guys can find out. Moving on from that, there's the other bloodline, which is Aburame. This is based on bugs. That's their whole thing. You can like have bugs on your arms. It's a bit, gross, I know, but the ability is not. It's pretty cool. When you hit them with the bugs on your arms, they can't infuse any chakra, so that means no tree jumping, no water walking, none of that. So yeah, it's kind of OP. It won't block the substitution, however, because that's also been changed. The substitution, you don't have to hold C and Q anymore. I think maybe it was difficult for some of you guys, and you know, it's a bit of a hassle. So if you click Q while you're stunned, you'll substitute automatically. But yeah, besides that, Aburame has got 2 moves as well. You won't have it immediately when you go in the game, but you can progress to get them, and they're pretty nice. Moving on from Aburame, we have the Eternal Mangekyou Sharingan, the EMS. So there's a different EMS obviously for each Mangekyou. Sasuke's Mangekyou was just added in this update, so the EMS for that won't be here, but there is an EMS for Itachi and for Obito. So for Itachi and Obito's EMS, it like kind of upgrades the moves a bit or changes them. So for Itachi specifically, in the EMS mode, when you use your sword, like it applies a fire seal. So if they try to use a jutsu, like they'll just catch on fire and the jutsu won't work. And depending on how many people you hit with your sword, you'll get healed up. And also Amaterasu can't hit you anymore. So if you're standing right next to someone and you use Amaterasu on yourself, you won't get hit by that initial like knockback. But obviously if you walk over it, you'll still get the effect. And for Obito, when you get EMS, the first move, which is just sucking other people in to like the Kamui time space, it gets changed to intangibility. So what that does is for about 3 seconds you can't get hit, and you can like turn that off on, you know, as you like. It's up to you. But the really cool thing about it is if you get hit whilst you're in that intangible mode of the Kamui thing, you'll get a jump counter back from doing that. So let's say someone's like, I don't know, hitting you like loads of jutsus, or let's say you're getting jumped and there's a lot of people trying to hit you, you just activate that, all of a sudden all your jump counters are back, and you know, you can get out of there. And you also heal 1.5 times faster in the Kamui time space. There's a lot to get through. It's been a long day. Might sound tired throughout this, but we'll get it done. After that, we have the shark transformation for Hoshigaki. I noticed since the game came out, yes, it's very cool. The progression was nice, you know, with the sharks and everything. But what seems to be happening is everyone's using it is just like going to the ocean and just using it to run away all the time. So that's been changed. The water speed of the Hoshigaki, we used to have like 20 extra like speed in the water. That's only 10 now. But it's not enough because it's been buffed in other ways. If you M1 whilst you're underwater, like if you use, you know, your basic punches, it won't slow you down. So other people will be like moving in water slowly. You'll be able to move really fast, like M1, and like keep moving really fast. And if you're awakened in the shark form, your punches will get replaced with slashes. Bigger hitbox. It does bleed damage as well, so that's pretty nice. And if you combine that with a water bubble and you get people trapped in there, that's deadly. That's deadly. Moving on from that, we have gates. Like I think the icon was in the game, but it just wasn't available. It is now. You guys can go and get that. The first move is like a body flicker to go behind them, similar to the lightning cloak awakening ability. And the second move is like a kind of lotus. Like you kick them up and then you do the lotus, and it's like a multi-hit move. So that's pretty nice. And also with the gates, you get a bit of a speed increase. I think with this game we're not gonna do like gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, gate 4, you know. It's kind of overdone. That's kind of like what everyone does, I think. So we're gonna do it a bit differently. We're gonna have this gate, and then we're gonna have like an advanced gate after it, and then we have like the gates of death, and we have some great concepts planned for that, so I can't wait to implement it. But moving on from gates, we also have the barfly mode for Akimichi. You guys might have seen in the sneak peeks in the Discord server, and if you haven't, you should join, you know, check about, because I posted that I think nearly 2 months ago. But yeah, right now it's obtainable. It will be in the game. Yeah, it's very nice. It's got flight. It's got like a chakra butterfly slam move, and what it does is it applies a chakra seal to whoever you hit. So it's a bit different from the other seals, as in when they try and use a jutsu, like the jutsu will still work, but they'll take damage. And other things that use this chakra seal now are 64 palms from the Hyuga and the chakra slam that the spear has. So yeah, those are like the main additions. So just to run through some of the smaller things, obviously there's the bleed mechanic, already talked about that. There are now corrupted chakra points, and they'll randomly spawn around the map. So you can go and attack them, and there'll be some loot inside if you destroy them. You'll see the menu looks a bit different. And when it comes to extracting eyes, yes, Uzumaki can still have the extraction seal, but now there's also a different way to take eyes, and you don't have to be Uzumaki to do it. But it's kind of like an artifact item that you have to use, and yeah, you can basically steal eyes without being Uzumaki, but you can't spam it, if that makes sense. The All-Star Fruit Bowl, you guys might have like seen it once, but you can make that recipe. And alongside the All-Star Fruit Bowl, there's also another like mystery cookable. So that's 2 new recipes to try and figure out how to make them. There's also a new ring. There's a new fruit of forgetfulness. For those of you guys who maybe you use one skill a lot, but that's not the skill you want to master, you can just eat this fruit. You'll get some life force back, and you know you'll reset all the jutsu proficiency that you have, so that you can quickly master a new jutsu. For the Otsutsuki, when you like become one, you have some special clothing. You can also ascend that clothing. So yeah, that's even cooler. And I think what that clothing does is it greatly boosts your chakra regen, your speed, and it gives you some health as well. So yeah, that's pretty nice. When it comes to the main changes, the trinkets sell for about 20% more Ryo. Rasengan and the Chidori, these are like iconic moves that aren't really being used in the game, and I really like that. So some changes have come. They take a lot less hand signs, only about 2 hand signs each. When you're running with them, you are a bit faster, and whilst you're running, you can dash forwards if you're trying to catch up to someone, and yeah, it will like help you catch your targets a lot faster. And Chidori, again, because it causes bleed, it will cause bleed buildup, and you can combine that with like other lightning moves or your weapons or things like that, and yeah, you can some deadly combos that I'm sure you guys will come up with. Moving on from that, there's some cooldown changes, some different buffs on the damages and removals, a bit of balancing. You guys have been talking about, you know, when you're in a fight or whatever and your chakra goes down to like 0, you feel like it will never get back up, and it takes so long. So yes, there's different ways, as you can see with the Rinnegan and other things, that you can use to get your chakra back up quickly, but the base chakra, like the way it increases, it's been increased by about 30% to help you guys get some more chakra faster. There's a bunch of fixes as well. There's like a lot of different things. Sometimes when you use a projectile, it will just go backwards, and sometimes you would be hitting like invisible hitboxes with your kunais. All that stuff is fixed. Yeah, there's like when you're using the Zetsu borrow skill in the low graphics level, it wouldn't work because of the material of the grass under you. Just a lot of technical stuff like that that's been fixed. If you guys want to view the full update log, you can head to the Discord server. And once again, 100k subs, we'll have those 2 free rerolls, and yeah, the Robux for re-rolling down to about 150 for a few days. So yeah, this is update 2. I'm sure I probably missed something. There's like a new emote. There's like more bug fixes. I don't know. There's other things that I'm probably not remembering right now. But if you guys go in game, there's probably a lot of things to do for a while. But yeah, besides that, I hope next week to do another little update. Not like a update 3 kind of thing, but just a smaller like follow-up to this, because there are a few things that I wanted to put here that aren't, and I'll follow that up on this weekend, basically, like the next weekend, October the 22nd, like around there. But yeah, until then, if you're watching this video and you're watching it just when it came out, the update should be out like within the hour. I'm just trying to run through some final things, because when the last update 1 came out, I had to do like a lot of shutdowns because there was stuff that hadn't been tested thoroughly. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy all the new things in the update. Happy to be working on the game that has done so well over the past few months, and I appreciate all of you guys' support who have, you know, bought the game, been playing, and are excited for what's to come. So yeah, until the next video, take care, goodbye.